Do you remember me, nigga?
My mama don't know. Quiet.
That's why my eyes wide open. If you sleep, you fell.
So chin up and let your glow take center stage from every angle.
For the lives of our daughters and sons, there really needs to be just one love.
I am from Hawaii. In the dirty and quiet part of your favorite vacation, you must understand.
One hand on the handlebar, cop chasing around me like, you can't ride on the sidewalk, living out my best life.
When I say CC, you say P. CC, CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the, Mike. Drop the, Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love poetry. I love poetry. Give it up for drop the mic. Let's get it started. What's up, CCP? How y'all feeling today? I'm so excited to hear that. Welcome to the second round of the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic. Please give it up for all of our poets who are here to perform today. They've already shared one poem in round 1, and now this afternoon they will share their second poem, and then their scores for both poems will be tabulated, and then our judges will announce, they'll determine who our top 3 poets are, and then at the end of the show, we'll announce who our new season 6 champion is. I am Dr. Michelle Myers. I'm an associate professor in the English department here at Community College of Philadelphia. Really quickly, I just want to go through the rules for these poets. So as I mentioned, they'll come up and they'll share one poem. They have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to perform their piece. If they go over 3 minutes and 15 seconds, they will be deducted a half point for each second they go over. And over here we have our amazing panel of judges. Please give it up for our judges. So the judge who is sitting closest to the audience is Alicia Dantzler. Please give it up for Alicia. She's been performing poetry for probably over 15 years. She's been performing ever since she was a teenager, and she actually got started with the Germantown Poetry Festival, which I'll talk about more in a second, so we want to make sure we give a shout out to the Germantown Poetry Festival. She is a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia. Can you please give it up for being a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia? She's actually about to go on for her master's degree, and so we're always joyful and excited to have Alicia here, and she's our head judge this season. So give it up one more time for Alicia. And next to Alicia, we have Cori Delaney. Please make some noise for Cori. He is a support coach for the Center for Male Engagement, and this is his first season as a guest judge on Drop the Mic, and we hope that next season he'll be a regular judge. So please give it up for Cori one more time. And then we're really honored to have a special guest judge here with us this afternoon, Yolanda Wisher. Please show your love for Yolanda Wisher. She was the Poet Laureate of Philadelphia in 2016. She was the founder of the Germantown Poetry Festival. She is the director of spoken word poetry at Philadelphia Contemporary. She has a studio at Cherry Street Pier. She's an amazing poet. She has a band called the Afro Eaters, and she's performed here on Drop the Mic a couple of times. So please show your love one more time for Yolanda Wisher. And next to Yolanda, we have Ills Wills. Please make some noise for Ills Wills. Ills Wills is a poet. He's an activist. He also served. If we could please give a round of applause for him serving our country. Please give it up for being a veteran. A lot of people don't know that, but he's a veteran. And this is also his first season as a guest judge, and we've been, really, really happy to have him here this season because he's always been a contestant here on Drop the Mic. So please give it up one more time for Ills Wills. So are y'all ready to hear some poetry? Everybody say yeah? Yeah. And coming to the mic now, we have Elijah. Please make some noise for Elijah.
Guilt rests on my consciousness, then its bed is made of the memories I couldn't stop and shit, while these sheets are what I use to cover up my false promises. Do you remember me, nigga? My memory aims to pull at triggers made by my enemies, nigga, from our last epistle. A pistol was loaded. Own up my confessions to Jehovah, made for the moment where I leave my atonement at your temple, alter my decision. I'd order up at the offer for forgiveness to the Father that often let you slip off her suspenders and all intended to let death walk in, even when she had on her a cross in God's pendant. I, cause independence, if you call or am, no. Father God, I didn't mean that. This shit is all on him. I tell you, one shot to dissolve on him if he refute the truth. Do you recall what you left me on Christmas? You gifted me on Christmas. Your presence left under that tree for me to unwrap as I discover what's in it. Loss of innocence, the cause of a sinner's silence is deadly. Off topic. My mother always says, why you always have the door closed? I always say, I just need some privacy. I always tell her, please close the door. She said, no, not in my house. You know how it goes. He keeps going back and forth until I finally say, shut the door, bitch, no. It's blind anger that is resting inside my soul. Off topic, my girl, she broke up with me. After we had our little incident, where I couldn't give it to her. You know how it works. She left me. And then she tried to say that wasn't it until I snapped at her and I said, no, bitch, that's what it is. It's blind anger. Look at what you gave to me. And now you out of prison? You say you gave repentance? Is that what it is? It's funny how you averted a verdict in arraignment, only come back out and meet the judge's chambers. That is what it is. And now you shall die quick.
Give it up for Elijah. Alicia, do you have some feedback?
So I feel like this go around with the blindfold, it definitely served more of a purpose because you tied it into your piece with the concept of blind anger. I like the fact that you always bring energy to your performances and you keep your audience engaged, and that's really dope.
Cori.
Yeah, what really captured me and my attention was the moment between your words, where you use your breath very well this time, to give us a sense of the emotion behind the words. Also, I saw themes of the gentle side versus the angry, more violent side, and how you're trying to, blend those two, but also try and quench one while lifting one up. So I appreciate your poem. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Elijah.
It's something I've always felt, blind anger, lashing out at people that truly care for me and love me to the full capacity. And I'm just always snapping out on them because of this anger that manifests inside of me. I have to try and overcome that.
And the poet coming to the mic now is Malia. Please make some noise for Malia. To my wonderful co-workers, today my skin itches, and I do not have the nails to scratch at all the little things. There is a sweaty voice in my ear. It is always smacking on some bad advice and chewing gum, and the gossip be as loud as the staring, and the murmuring be as nasty as the bathroom. The toilets be as stank as they talk when a predator is dressed like kin. When Judas kissed Jesus on the nose. When you've got delicate friendships that tear like tissue to tear. When fake people got nothing better to do but chew on my delicious name. My name be a chew toy in a dog's mouth. Giving these bitches something to fetch. Throw it in the air just so they can chase after it. Their hungry eyes be begging for second glances at the break room table. Them eyes be watery. Salvate for me, Malia, your favorite word.
But that be the one thing you will not admit. Oh, who that John? That Hawaiian John, what her name? She need to go back. Not everyone from Hawaii is Hawaiian. From Honolulu to Philly, I've crossed cities larger than you. Jumped bodies of water bigger than your delicate frame. I'm an island girl with a round face and you're a snake with a stank mouth with pieces of that shit you talk still stuck in your teeth. I could smell your breath cause you be breathing on my name all up in my personal space but never to my face. Say it with your chest. I'm sorry, I'm really feeling this. I've been holding this in. Say it with your chest. I see you hiding behind that fake, hi, Malia. You must understand, I am not from paradise. I am from Hawaii, from a homeless shelter in the dirty and quiet part of your favorite vacation destination. I am from leaving everything that is safe and familiar just to grow. You must understand, this is that deep. When you come for everything that has made me, when you come for my safety, you must understand. I do not defend myself unless I am threatened. I was not born to put up a fight, but today my skin itches. And I will scratch you all the way out my life. You know what? Y'all can keep my name. Scribble it in the stalls of the women's bathroom. You could write R.I.P. Malia. The bitch we could never be.
Give it up for Malia! Cori, do you have some feedback?
Yeah, that was high. There was like a in your voice that just made it so much more raw. Yeah, that's hot, right, yo? So like your wordplay was impeccable. I smelled their shitty breath. It stank, girl. It was not. Yeah, I smelled it. Like you made that a reality. So it was a mix of humor, of anger, of realness, and some bidding in there too. But it was amazing. Great job.
Yolanda.
You killed that. I felt like you were about to battle rap somebody. And they're dead now. So, and not only that, you cut somebody down to size and you told us some of your story at that, which was a powerful story. You turned your pain into power. And I feel more powerful because of that poem. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Malia.
My performance was, I felt really alive. Felt amazing, like I was just alive and just letting it all out. It just was like energy would be the proper word.
And coming to the mic now, we have Lindo Yes. Please put your hands together for Lindo Yes.
She's so weed. She's so weed, and she was from New Jersey, but she represented South Philly like she was born and raised there, and I love that shit. I mean, she used to cut her eyes at me and give me looks like she could read me, but it always made me feel like a good book. And it always reminded me that she had looks as if God created her on day God was showing off, because she was the image of beauty and all else was a trace. We stepped outside and walked at a pace like we was going nowhere and just stared at each other until we got at the car. And she wanted to cool the cold world to a chill and get higher than her overdue bills. And I just wanted to lay my head up against her heartbeat and create lyrics so I could say I was making music to love in the back seat of her Honda Accord. I wanted to make love to her until her and the morning come. And then the morning came. Grievances, sirens outside of our car. We heard sirens outside of our car. They told us to step outside of the car. They searched us, saw that I only had chapstick and condoms. She had weed and M&Ms, but I don't think this is the reason why they stopped us. I think they stopped us because black joy is a battle cry and they felt as though they was at war. I remember looking at her from the top of that cop car, we both handcuffed, staring at each other with the same expression of shame and regret that we couldn't do anything in this moment to stop it. I haven't spoken to her since, but every time I think of that moment, I'm reminded how they can break a heart and a spirit at the same goddamn time. Fuck the police. Thank you.
Lindo, yes. Alicia, do you have some feedback?
I like the intro to the poem, the first line, "She sold weed," because that stuck in my head just to see where it was going. And then you had this other line where it's black joy is a battle cry. And all along while you're delivering these lines, you're still in control of yourself, in control of the poem, in control of your energy. And then to get to the last line where it's so charged like "fuck the police," but deliver it with such calm, I think it's dope.
Yolanda.
Yes, I really appreciated your storytelling too. And then there's this labyrinth of wordplay. You just layer these ideas on top of each other in this really powerful way. The pacing and the body control was great. It was interesting how your hands were up here at the beginning. By the end, you brought the energy down with your hands. That was really expert. And I thought, I mean, y'all could fight me, but I felt like the poem could have ended like maybe 4 bars earlier.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Lindo, yes.
I wanted to do a poem that really found strength in my softness as well as told a story, and then just had a moment of just like activating people around just like an idea and express black joy.
And coming to the mic now, we have Black Cancer. Please make some noise for Black Cancer.
I want a bike so I could willy shit. Take a trip 100 nights with my Philly chick. Hit a cliff and hover skies when we finna dip. I done had the toughest times, I'ma get really lit. Shit. I want a bike so I could willy shit. Take a trip 100 nights with my Philly chick. Hit a cliff and hover skies when we finna dip. I done had the toughest times, I'ma get really lit. You ain't gotta like me, I'ma be myself. Rather a leader than a follower, degree in self. Liberal arts associate's degree, but need some help. With intentions to finish, and that's to please myself. I need the wealth, feed my team in belts, get their dreams, get health. On 2 knees I kneel, praying to the Lord. God, I hope my means is felt, cause the hell on earth from my city, my deepest self. Prodigies of havoc, static then they heaters melt. So I'd rather keep the meanest stuff when my dreams is shelved. And I don't see no Boston green as if my team is self. That's why my eyes wide open. If you sleep, you fell. Haters take you out quicker than bitches that they fiending now. Shit, what's up with the hate? Turn your demons down and bubble the cake. Flip it vicious like a gymnast. Bitchin', why even hustle the game? I ain't accustomed to lane switching. I'm accustomed to lanes chain shifting. They come with the game. Ain't tripping, you scuffle your J's, nigga. Why push weed if you don't profit? Stop it. And why smoke the shit if you ain't coughing? I hate a smoking nigga that ain't jobbing. Like being a broke nigga is his occupation. You on that type time, I'm G-Shock. Time you wasting. But I diamond bracelet. Bling bling, think things to existence. Mama always said, think big, never midget. Talent on my head like a hit and I'm a ticket. I'm on a mission. Rather know my purpose now than later when I'm ripping. I'm sticking to the script. Try to outdo me, wind up sushi like you tuna fish. Only in competition with myself, you losers pick. Niggas be in their own way while I'm maneuvering. I'm true to this. If you lying, you should do the pits. It's bitter jungle outside. Now pussies moving in. Gentrification. I'm moving out. Choose a ride and bounce. You poo, I'm Tig. A smarter tiger in this fire we grew in as kids. So move it, bitch. Get the fuck up out of the way. Cause I'm coming out the gate like 100 out the K. Pulling hundreds out of faith. Nigga, I ain't coming around to play. Die rich or die broke. You gon' fuck around and break while I fuck around in banks. Bends to my mama with a comments line of Rafe. Ends when I swim with piranhas, so we got out of space. Your cycle out of shape, a cycle you out of race, so your life is not a waste. Wifey, mama, father not disgrace. Why? Karma got a waste, charming out of place, harming like a taste. Bad. Fuck your life up in a matter of time, won't change well, won't age well like the saddest of wine. Stay in hell, I'm in heaven with mines, nigga. Why press go if you gonna stop it? Stop it. Why press go if you gonna stop it? Stop it. And why stretch though if you gonna pop it? Nonsense. I hate a joking nigga that be clocking like he can't hold the figures too. Contentment is an option. I wanna.
Give it up for Black Cancer. Yolanda, do you have some feedback?
Wow. I feel like that was a whole body experience for you. And it's so cool to watch somebody whose gestures and movements are in sync with their words. It's almost like you're dancing with the words. And you gave us this range of rhythms and voices. It was like a symphony. Congrats.
Those Wills.
Yeah, I think that you like tricked us from the first one. I was like, okay, good, Black Cancer gonna be chilling when he get up here on the second joint, but then they call it the pine kneel for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kneel down. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, your energy is infectious, right? So I felt my heart beating a little quicker when you started going in. In the beginning, though, I will say your words were almost inaudible because you started off quiet and away from the mic, then you got into it. So just making that consistent, making that energy consistent from the beginning to the end. But your tempo was, amazing as always, so keep bringing it.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Black Cancer.
Like I said, I put my all into my pieces, and I felt like I really tried to go in. I ain't take this as light as I took it last year, because that was a celebration. This year is a competition. Bring that shit.
And coming to the mic now, we have Dwight. Please put your hands together for Dwight.
When I say poof, y'all gonna say like magic. In societal order, who got more swords in the balls in the barracks or the balls on the corner that just seem to go poof? Who got more words in the ball, who in the books in the preacher's pulpit that be like, look, you gonna be shook that day you go poof? When you be in the school and you be in the desk writing your name on the books and the teacher be like, yo, there's a test on Friday, but you forgot you gotta go back home today. Everything in your mind just go poof. You see, I'm growing up on stages, I'm growing up in the streets, I'm growing up in the books, I'm growing up in some beef. I just want to rap and rhyme and shine, but yet I gotta make sure when I get home, I'm actually home. In my mom's dome, I don't go poof. Yeah. It's a little bit tragic like that when accidents happen while you in traffic, yet you going the right way, but the opposite way is the ladder. When all niggas know is a ladder, you gotta climb it to get success. Don't do your best foot, do success. Put your best foot first. Do it if you want. Get checked, get wrecked. But make sure you know you got hands that can pull strings like Geppetto and drop sand like it's Finetto. Listen, man, I'm just trying to make some fun. I ain't no magician, but everything I ever wanted is someday just gonna go poof.
Give it up for Dwight. Those Wills, do you have some feedback?
Yes, sir. Yeah. That was the one right there. I like that. That was good. Thank you.
Alicia.
I enjoyed the fact that you were having fun on stage, as well as the fact that I felt like this go around it was more cohesive, and the fact that you brought something in to just keep playing on that concept, poof, like magic. I think that was cool.
Cori.
Yeah, you could see the fun in your eyes and in the way you delivered your words. You played between light and heavy. You brought us in, you took us out, and then you also incorporated the audience. So great job.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Dwight.
And I enjoy myself very much throughout every performance. And thank God.
And coming to the mic now, we have Sister Love. Please put your hands together for Sister Love.
Soul tied to one end of a lie. Years of chains wrapped around my neck, representing deny. Nightmares scream, shadows of cry. Times I wanted to scream. What the fuck is life? The sun is angry. My river is absent. My clouds are envious. Resentment is her passion. Who's certified to hell? Houses of establishment. If I could visit hell in the present tense, I bear witness, humans are heaven sent. Soul tied, untold stories reflecting through my eyes. Like the sobbing of a chicken, waiting to be butchered and then fried. Like the sobbing of a chicken, waiting to be butchered and then fried, lonely and gloomy, extensions of sigh. Perishing voices attempt to decry. Stems of people's souls begin to die. The flourishing of our petals never seemed to arrive. My flower has sunken, a waterless well. Toxins pour out of my faucet, so I cannot wish them well. Good morning. Everyone is mourning. Breath wheezing, after perceiving the reflection of the mirror, the instant realization of nightmares creating your terrors. Paradigm shift of the mind, redirection of errors. Soul tied to one end of a life. Will your tree ramify so the babies can smile? Or will you afflict your departed leaves? Self-hate, annihilate, genocide, the art of the humanity warfare, the results of your absence, the seed of your imposition of negligence, cultivated as my tree. Nobody could dominate me. You'll have to check in with the source. Who that be? The new foundation of me. Eyes recognizing my human counterparts are adjacent to me.
Give it up for Sister Love. Os Willis, you have some feedback?
Yes, that was, it seemed like it was more energy on the first poem that you had. So with this one, I had to know that, okay, this is a poet and she's going to make things go right. So I paid attention to the words, and to the rhymes and things, and that was lovely. Just maybe a little bit more energy next time. But thank you.
Alicia.
Yeah, I agree with Ills Wills. I was missing the energy this time, and I think maybe it's due to the fact that you were reading, because it felt like you were reading. And I do really enjoy the concept of the poem and the way you played with the title and how you brought that in and out of the piece. I think that was really dope. Like overall throughout the poem, I see how you played with that. That was cool.
And Yolanda.
Beautiful, thoughtful imagery. I would just say believe in it more. Go for it more. Embrace the power and the depth of your words and have the conviction as you perform them to make us believe that too. Because there was some really heavy stuff you were kicking in there.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Sister Love.
Next time, if I had the words memorized, it would be much better, but it was okay for the most part.
So again, I'm so very excited to be able to introduce our feature poet for this afternoon. She is a poet, a recording artist. She describes her poetry, the work that she creates and performs as being on the edges of the terrain of poetry. She really captivates us through her words. She's collaborated across the disciplines with so many different artists, including The Roots. She has toured all over the country with her live performance memoir, My Father's Daughter. She's also won so many accolades, some of her awards. She is a Philly 360 Creative Ambassador. Yeah. And she's also been awarded the Transformation Award by the Leeway Foundation here in Philadelphia. As you all know, when you were here for round one, you know that she is a personal inspiration to me, and we are just so honored to have her here this afternoon to perform for us on Drop the Mic. Please show your love, make lots of noise for Ursula Rucker.
So this is for Michelle, and this is for me, and this is for all the super sisters in the motherfucking house. This is for all the people who respect the super sisters in the motherfucking house, recognize, celebrate what the fuck we do, what we have to contribute, how hard we fucking work when we raise these kids with our partners sometimes, without our partners, on our motherfucking own, with nothing. We do that shit. Super sisters represent. Super sister, I see you off in the distance, coming at me like a twister, packing more force than a four-time heavyweight champion, kinky coil top cauldron of pain, passion, and black mama strength, hell-bent on making your mark in this world. Angry ghetto grown world girl, swirling, twirling your way through the darkest of days and the brightest of nights, trying to fit some love in between. Super sister, super sister, sister, super sister, get super sister, sister. Super sister, I see you off in the distance, pistons ablaze as you raise your black misters to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Victors, not victims of the systems and prisons aimed at stifling their visions. Your mission is clear. Fear is not even an option with your son on that front line. Ain't no time. Grab your Tech 9. Don't give them suckers 1 second to think. 2, 3, 4. Or to blink. 2, 3, 4. Super sister. Super sister, sister, super sister, super sister, sister. Super sister, I see you off in the distance, gaining momentum as you deconstruct their preconceived misconceptions. 2, 3, 4. Blowing their notions right up out the ocean, pathway to your auction. Rape, hate, blame, conversion. I call on all super sisters to enlist her in-house divinity, see. We may plead, but never bargain. For the lives of our daughters and sons, there really needs to be just one love, one love. There really ought to be just one love. Yeah. Just one love. Yeah. Just one love. Yeah. Just one love. Just one love. Yeah. Just one love. All right. Just one love. Thank you.
Ursula Rucker.
Thank you.
Give it up for Ursula Rucker.
Give it up for Michelle, Dr. Myers, the judges, motherfucking drop the mic, all the poets, everybody, all y'all sitting out in the fucking, all the people that's helping, everybody.
Show your love one more time for Ursula Rucker. So beautiful. Are y'all ready to hear some more poetry? Everybody say yeah? Yeah! And coming to the mic now, we have Aj. Please make some noise for Aj.
The name of my poem is called Sometimes. Sometimes it isn't enough that everything may always seem to go your way, that there is nothing hard to push or even challenge you. As you meet the day, you still feel you got something to prove. Sometimes it isn't enough. Though the days rush by, you still can't feel your compass. When people smile at you, how much a wonder you are. Yet you still look upon the night and ponder, where is your star? Most times, life is just a riddle, gaining answers to your questions dribble by dribble. Walk and work the same patterns daily like others. But what about the voice that calls you to a different course? Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes it isn't enough. What seems success really brings you down. Just like the rest, you're moving, some would say, as you ought to. Though to quench the thirst, you crave some new, vastly strange colored waters. Sometimes it isn't enough to see the same familiar every day, yet you possess no freedom to move around. To the same silly will, your soul is strapped and timelessly bound. The leaves turn, the wind blows, soon it's autumn. We walk past, we have the power to change or alter. Daydreams and hopes thrown away with the mirth. One's inner, not given any real true worth. Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes it isn't enough when another day is just another day. Though you're feeling well and you're not physically dying, your inner half's reaching out and it's screaming and crying. Sometimes it isn't enough when all your monthly bills have been quietly paid. Your choice of drifting down the still and tranquil shore. When the soaring waves, invisible currents you crave and need to explore. Most times, life is just a riddle, gaining answers to your questions dribble by dribble. But what about the secret voice held deep inside? It's so ready to deter the course, follow the changing tide. The leaves turn, the wind blows, and soon it's autumn. We walk paths, we have the power to change and alter. Daydreams you hold, the fears you cast away with tears. Against the world, the inner self not given any years. Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes it isn't enough.
Give it up for Aj. Cori?
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone's told you, but like the aura of your voice is very warm and calming. I was looking at you and the audience in between, and like everyone's eyes, you weren't like high energy, but everyone's eyes were fixed on you. So your words definitely can grasp people. And the poem was it was like melancholic and stoic, and then it led to hopeful, and then you brought it back at the end to like questioning a little bit, like, dang, like, do we have control of this, or like, is there something that we can do? But it was really like you took me places, so I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yolanda.
Yeah, you had a way, you created a whole mood with your voice, and it was like a song. The repetition reminded me of a song. I could hear that set to music with refrains or a chorus. And I would just say to try to break that barrier with the audience even more, with more eye contact, more sustained eye contact, the more comfortable you get with the language of the poem, to offer that experience that started here outward.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Aj.
I just appreciate the opportunity of doing Drop the Mic, and this is my first time being a writer, a poet, and a presenter with spoken word. I've never done any of it.
And coming to the mic now, we have Q. Please make some noise for Q.
This is my first time. All I'm gonna say is this is my first time doing anything like this. I've never did spoken word or anything like that. And for me to get to the finalist round, it'd be my first time really like verbally saying my stuff out loud to anyone. Dear black girl. Dear black girl, you don't have to be mixed to be beautiful. Like you grew up to believe in a whitewashed America. Our ancestors are the legs to this table that feeds you to be more fruitful. Don't think that thought to be truthful. They might say you're too beautiful to not be. To them, it's a shame. They don't have the ability to see. I remember I was in high school and Dominican mommy had said to me, "You're the cleanest Morena I ever seen." Back then, I took that as a compliment. Felt honored that a girl from such lighter skin had said that to me. Grew up idolizing the girls on Disney, the soft vanilla skin, hair blowing in the wind girls. Went to the hair salon, you know, the Dominicans, just to try to fit in their world. Grew up liking the guys from the shows I watched and the movies that were constantly on my screen. But the black girls never paired with the white guys, and the black girls never looked like me. Their hair was too curly or too nappy. It's like their appearance, they would over-exaggerate. The depictions were never accurate of the girl that I was, so I could never relate. That's why the girls in the shows that I watched, the guys that like them, I would begin to fascinate. I've always been into white guys, the Spanish, the mixed. But every time I made an advance to them, the response I never would get. One time I had a conversation with a white guy about how he would handle it, and he said to me, "Black girls are too intimidating." Wow. And you would think that a black guy would want miles to be a black girl's king. But the days of the social media and the Kim K's get these black boys looking any and other ways. They're supposed to be our support group at the end of the day. But it seems when these other bitches get the time and riches and pay for the plastic asses and the triple-sized tits to flash in pictures y'all flock, have us black girls thinking about the beauty we got. Now we glorify wigs, makeup lash to boot. I'm sorry. Running errands to the grocery store, it look like we going to a photo shoot. Cause black girls in a natural habitat in our natural state. No makeup on, no flowing hair to tie up. Y'all motherfuckers barely even look our way. Black girl, your depth is unmatched. Other cultures imitate you cause they can't keep on track. These whack asses could never date you cause they become too full too fast with a 4-course meal like yourself. Too busy used to these snacks. Me as a black girl, I'm not adjusting my crown to accommodate to what America could bring to it. Cause since the dawn of the light on my skin, I was born to know that I'm able to hustle and win, singing my own song, and I need any motherfuckers to sing to it. Walking with sweats and the scars, still get all the looks from near and far. These motherfuckers know what I'm packing. Never hide my culture and have to boast about my assets. Richness of the skin and personality, I bring all the complexities needed, never lacking. So fast and brisk, my brain born in beauty. Motherfuckers can never keep up, always wondering, what happened? So black girl, you don't have to stunt your growth and dim your vibrance. You'll always be the loudest in the room just by being silent. Black girl, you don't have to be mixed for the right guys you attract, girl. Just open up the history books, be all sprayed in. We all that, girl.
One more time for Q. Yolanda.
I would think at some pauses would really emphasize the passion that came across in your words. And it felt like you got really warmed up about halfway in when you started talking about the pop cultural references. It just like went up a whole nother note. It almost felt like a whole other poem. There was the personal side, and then there was this really powerful delivery, this message that you were saying to all of us black girls. And that's when the poem really came alive for me.
And Alicia.
I was just going to say, like, work on your breath control, because at times throughout the poem, if you were able to control your breath better, some of the lines would have been delivered better and came across better. And then carrying that, like Yolanda said, the energy, like, definitely picked up once you got towards the middle of the poem. So carrying that energy from the beginning of the poem through the end of the poem, because of the topic that you are talking about is that charge. So if that energy was consistent from start to finish, I think it would have just blew the poem, like, over the top.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Q.
I didn't want to do my old stuff because it was like too emotional. I'm like, let's change it up a bit, give the crowd something different than like some emotional girl.
And coming to the mic now, we have Annette Hall, AKA A Crystal Moment Collection. Please give it up for Miss Annette.
You know, Forrest Gump's mama was right. She was. Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. Well, in a very pure sense, physically and emotionally, my ability level can change from one moment to the next. Sometimes I'm able to walk without any noticeable limitation. At other times, I have to grope to get from one destination to the other, use my walker to get around, or like a toddler, or I walk like a monster. My speech is similarly fluctuating. Sometimes my voice is normal. This is my normal voice. At other times, it's very robotic or mechanical. I have on several occasions had to preface my calls by saying, please, please, please don't hang up on me. I am not a machine. I've learned to do this after having people hang up on me because they thought I was a machine. My voice also changes from being very juvenile to broken speech, lacking noun, verb, agreement, articles, or prepositional phrases, sounding like I am Jamaican or Latino. Sometimes I stutter so much, I sound like a pork pig. I sound like a little rascal. I am like a box of chocolates. You don't know who you're going to get. My personality or my emotions change. Though my ability to reason, understand is intact at all times, my interactions fluctuates. My maturity level goes to being quite innocent like a child during tender years to that of mature adult. During former, I lack tactfulness and tend to say what I think, yet with no intent to harm. My life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get.
Annette Hall, AKA A Crystal Moment Collection. Ills Wills.
Yes, I was like stuck, like a moth to a flame, just like still processing it. Thank you for the poem.
Alicia.
I really appreciated the fact that you took the time to share this story, and the way that you delivered the poem. It did take us on this journey, and it made me appreciate it more because at some point in a poem, you're forced to listen. Mm-hmm. If you want to actually get the message and hear what someone is saying, you're forced to listen, and you did that with your delivery as well as your word choices, so thank you.
Please give it up one more time for Annette Hall, AKA A Crystal Moment Collection.
Different voices come up, so they saw what I was talking about.
And closing out the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic is Poet Profess. Please put your hands together for Poet Profess.
When I think about how good God has been to me, to be brought back from a darkness that so many men have been, I'm blessed to say I have arrived. Where very few men can say they survived, I can say I survived. Today I can hold my head up high. I rise because now I realize I had to fall so low from God's graces. So low that I surrounded myself with things and people and places that shame would be ashamed, and pain was the blood that traveled through my veins, and unconsciously my reality was based on this perception that life owed me something more than I was willing to rise for. Something that was so vividly clear to a blind man, yet and still I was unwilling to open my eyes for. I rise because now I realize that being woke is more than a cliche. It's a state of mind, meaning that I have risen, I have been awakened, I've been spared and given a second and a third and so many chances, Lord, that I believe there is a reason for your forgiveness. And that's why my life has not been forsaken. Prayers without works on bended knees, scripture reading, knowing every hymn. But what's the use if you're not living proof that you really, really know him? You see, I rise because my God said to stand up and be accounted for. Because prayers without works on bended knees, it's just going to make your knees sore. You see, I rise because little black boys need a strong role model to look up to. Stevie said love's in need of love. Marvin said it's going on. And Lauren sang about a miseducation that so many are going through. You see, I rise because I want my life to be a living testament. And those that know me, they can see my transformation. I can only sing out in praises without hesitation and so much jubilation. Hey, if he did it for me, God, what can't God do? You see, I want my pedestal to rise to the highest point of actualization, you see. I want my pedestal to reach that highest point of this elevation to where I can rise no more, and I finally reach my destination where I can race across the cloud and say, I'm here, Lord. I'm here, Lord. I'm happy and I'm overjoyed because I'm finally going to see him. I've been waiting my whole life and I'm finally going to meet him. I'm going to put my arms around him and thank him for everything he ever did for me when I meet him. Thank you. Thank you for all the times I was unworthy and unfaithful and life kept stressing me and temptation was more than I could stand, and the devil kept testing me. You stood right by my side, never giving up on my path. You just continuously kept blessing me. Thank you for all the times I was too blind to see all the signs you were always revealing. When I was down and out, when I was in prison, when pain made me feel like I couldn't go on. Thank you for your mercy, your comfort, your love, and your unconditional healing. Thank you. Thank you for sending Christ in my life and to all mankind to be our Savior. And thank you for allowing me to drop the mic CCP because I've been blessed and highly favored. Thank you.
Give it up for Poet Profess! Cori.
I was waiting for the organ to come in. Dun, dun. You're not about to get up and shout. You better go ahead. Yeah, you, like was said in your first poem, you have like a preacher's breath almost, like you like, and then you go back in. It's like almost, it's captivating. I'm hanging on each breath. You delivered a sermon, and at the end, you stopped talking to us, and it was more of a prayer of thanks. And you kind of like forgot about us, like you said, and you just, gave thanks. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate you.
Ills Wills.
Yep, you didn't care about the time. But it was a holy rant is what I would call it, and you can't really go say anything bad about a poem about God because, God is able, we know that. So, but I like your stage presence and what you did, so thank you.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Poet Profess!
I feel like God is good. That's all I can say. God is good.
And then can we have another round of applause for all of our poets who performed here this afternoon? Just sharing their stories and showing us their hearts. So, these are the top 5, starting with our 5th poet. Okay, please come up here when I call your name. Poet who is 5th place in season 6 of Drop the Mic, Q. Please give it up for Q. Fourth place, poet is Poet Profess. Please give it up for Poet Profess. Third place, and the winner of a $100 gift card, Lindo Yes. Please give it up for Lindo Yes. Second place, and the winner of a $150 gift card, Black Cancer. Please give it up for Black Cancer.
Finally got y'all.
And our season 6 champion, and the winner of a $200 gift card, Malia. Please give it up for Malia. For our judges, Alicia Dantzler, Cori Delaney, Yolanda Wisher, Ills Wills, our featured poet, Ursula Rucker. Please show her some love. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you all so much for coming out to season 6 of Drop the Mic. Everyone have a great afternoon and a wonderful evening. Take care.
This was an amazing experience. Like, I'm just happy that I took a chance and that I came. And I've met so many amazing people and I've seen so many amazing faces, and the poetry and the stories. It's just something that I don't get to see every day, so I'm nothing but grateful.